The last 60 days of my life has felt like immense temptation and testing. And under the pressure and the weight of not recognizing the reason for this temptation or testing, I would feel like God was just hovering over me like, what are you going to do with that? Waiting for me to mess up, or me feeling like I had to go to him every day and say, look, I made it through another day. I didn't, mess up, or I didn't fail, or I didn't fall to that thing. In the conversation of the course of like my relationship with God, there are moments where he'll ask me a question as if he's confused. I know he's not confused because he's all knowing. The question is really for me. It's kind of similar to when he asked Adam and Eve in the garden, like, where are you? He knew where they were. The question was for them. Something had caused a separation for the communion that they once possessed. It's interesting because I watched on this side of it, the times where I was trying to prove my faithfulness to him were the times that I would fail. He would go on to show me that when I included him in the temptation or what felt like a test, I was always triumphant. Anything that causes shame or fear or worry, causes me to hide, immediately communicates, and he's taught me this, separation. And that is the exact opposite of what I want with you. One of the things he said to me lately is that, Deanna, you have no frame of reference for this place. At this point in my life, I've gone through so many transitions, almost to where I think if I met me, 6, 7, 8 months ago, I would be unrecognizable to myself. And when you're in that place, you begin to feel very insecure when the labels or the titles, the things that you connected yourself to no longer give you value or provide you experience for the place that you're at now. You begin to reach for things or reach back to familiar past for those things that will bring you comfort or security. I started to feel shame about this because it wasn't that I wanted the things that I had in the past, but I felt so insecure. Those were the only things that communicated to me safety. He said to me, Deanna, you don't have to feel shame about reaching for what feels familiar. It's because you have no frame of reference for this place. Your experience thus far doesn't give you the confidence in this place, but that's okay. Like, that's a good thing. It's so funny, the things that I feel like the Lord gets excited about that we're just like, oh my God, are you kidding me? I've seen him take me from place to place where another layer is shed, and I'm just left as this barren, naked being, And in that place, it forces you to walk with him. It felt like at every point something was coming that, because I felt low or felt insecure, I would want to reach for that to fulfill me in some sense, but I knew that it wasn't going to. The Lord began to show me this beautiful picture about our human desire, our humanity, this new lens on a test or temptation, where I was constantly trying to prove my faithfulness to him. He wanted to prove that he was faithful to me. And I couldn't grasp that because to me that felt backwards in my mind. For so long, I've always heard about the doing aspect of our relationship with God. Not that he wants to prove anything to me because he doesn't have to. And we're right by saying that he doesn't have to. But I've seen him not have to and still do it just because he's good. He said to me, Deanna, you're so busy trying to prove yourself faithful to me through these tests and what feels like a trial or what feels like temptation, that you're not able to see my faithfulness to you through it. And I'm like, well, how am I supposed to do that? Because that doesn't feel right. A lot of times the mind will trick you out of the love of God, feeling like it's too good to be true, because it is too good to be true, but it is true. So I'll have conversations and I'm like, Lord, I was thinking this today. I want to act on this, but I know that that's not going to produce good things in my life. So where is that coming from? And he does this thing where he will take what we deem ugly or this human desire, our humanity, the things that we want naturally. Most times that desire is out of ignorance and not stupidity, but a lack of the knowledge of his love. He took something that I thought was ugly or deemed me unworthy and said, the reason why you reach for this is because you're lacking here. And where you're lacking here can be found in me. So I want to walk you through that, past it, because it's really not about the thing that you desire. It's about me proving my faithfulness to you through the things that you think I'm disgusted by. It's like he lives in an opposite world or something. I don't know. He's like, Deanna, just come talk to me about it. He says to me, you don't have to be disgusted by your humanity because that's where I meet you. There was something so beautiful in the heart of our Father to where he said, I'm going to give everything that I have in order to be with you always. But we think that we're just a sinner saved by grace. If I attach myself to the thing that separates us, I will never see the full identity of myself in him. And I will never get to experience the real love that he has for me.
For the full video, head over to my YouTube channel, and to read my newest book, Undignified, tap the link in my bio.